Jesse McMurray, Nate Clark, and Josh Kilgore.
For Clintwood, it'll be John Michael Fleming and Glenn Phillips, Travis Hicks, Duran Moore, and Wes Sloan are the starting five for Clintwood. Clintwood with 9 players on their roster, so they only leave 4 on the bench. Blue Devils dressed in their road blue, black numbers trimmed in white. Clintwood in their home white with green and black trim.
After tonight, Gate City will host Pound Friday night. All 4 teams will play beginning at 5 o'clock. Then Saturday, hosting Appalachia. And also what they're calling a super, all 4 teams starting at 4 o'clock.
So the 5 o'clock start on Friday, 4 games. The varsity girls probably looking somewhere in the neighborhood of 7:45, maybe to tip.
As it's in the super, JV boys and girls and varsity boys and girls. As the preliminary activities continuing here, it's the first LPD game here on the season for Clintwood.
Yeah, I kind of thought Clintwood would be, and may still be before it's over, a little more around the top of the league, but they've struggled here early. And certainly they need to pick up a road or a home win here.
No sellout here tonight, for sure.
No, there's plenty of seats, that's for sure. But it's the Blue Devils and the Green Wave.
They need to put some more time on the clock.
Well, yeah, if not, the first quarter's going to be quick. It's only have a second on the scoreboard, on the clock. And now, they put 8 minutes on the clock, and we're set to go. It'll be Will Hubbard for the Blue Devils, Travis Hicks for the Green Wave. The tip up controlled by the Blue Devils. That'll be Nate Clark with it. Clintwood opens man-to-man defensively. Clark guarded out there by Glenn Phillips. Here's a long 3 by McMurray. Good. Jesse McMurray for 3, and net gets hung up. Take care of that. And it'll be Clintwood's basketball just underway.
Gate City in the blue uniforms tonight. And that'll put Clintwood in white.
Clintwood with it. This Phillips gets it over. That is Moore with it. Moore, he'll force one up. No good. Rebound pulled out by Luke Humphries. Gets it over to Nate Clark. Clark has it across the timeline. Right side now between the rings with it. Right side, Josh Kilgore. Kilgore puts it on the floor. In the lane, he's stripped with the ball, but a foul will be called. And the foul will be on Glenn Phillips. Foul on Phillips will be his first. And that'll be the team's first. It'll be the Blue Devils ball with Nate Clark. The inbounds, gets it in to Kilgore, out to McMurray. Back over to Clark. Nate with it, right side, now between the rings, McMurray. Open for the 3 shot, McMurray way long. Rebound pulled out of there, Fleming. Fleming gets it over to Phillips. Phillips with it now back to Sloan. Sloan skips it over to Fleming. Tries to get it down low to Hicks. It's stolen away by Humphries. Quickly in front court, here comes Kilgore. Shot up, no good. Phillips with it now for Clintwood. Phillips will be fouled by Josh Kilgore. Foul on Kilgore, his first. That'll be the team's first. Clintwood will have it side front court.
Foul occurred just after Phillips came into the front court.
So this will be Moore to get it in. It's been down here in the corner. The little 12-footer up by Fleming, no good. Backside rebound with Hicks. Now Phillips. Phillips between the rings, guarded there by Clark. Gets it in man-to-man defense for this. Sloan tries to get it down low to Hicks. Before he does, there'll be a foul called on Will Hubbard of the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Hubbard reaching around from behind, trying to knock the ball away and slapped the hand in the arm.
Foul on Will's his first. That'll be the team's second. So Moore to work it in now for Clintwood. Looks now, gets it in over here to Phillips. Phillips Gets it down low. Shot up off the glass. Good. That's Wes Sloan with the field goal. 3-2 to score. Gate City leads. McMurray with it to Clark. Swinging around to Kilgore. Looks for Humphreys, posting up. Can't get it to him. Instead, back around it comes to McMurray. McMurray into the lane, has it stripped away and stolen away by Clintwood. Coming out of there with it to Sloan. Sloan gets it over to Fleming. Fleming hands it to Phillips, so he'll walk it past the timeline. Phillips picks up his dribble, now gets it to Fleming. Fleming leaves it off down low for Hicks. His shot up, missed everything. Hicks gets it back, his put back, in and out, no good again. Tough luck. McMurray comes out there with it for the Blue Devils. McMurray to Clark, thought about the three, instead pulls it back out. Now McMurray with it. Swinging around left side, this is Humphreys. McMurray has it right side, now between the rings Humphreys. Left side with it, Clark puts it on the floor, drives, kicks it back out. McMurray open for the three, shots, good. Jesse McMurray hits his second three, and the Blue Devils lead 6-2, 5:30 to go here in the first quarter. Here's Phillips. Phillips drives all the way down, picks up his dribble, needs help, he'll turn, he'll shoot, he'll score. Phillips banks one in from about 6 feet in front. 6-4, Devils leading. Here's Kilgore. Gets it back out here to Clark. Clark, McMurray now with it. Gets it to Hubbard. Nate Clark, he's open for the three shot. Clark, no good. Rebound, Luke Humphreys. Luke takes it back up. Left-handed shot off the glass, no good. Rebound pulled out of there, and Fleming for the Wave gets it ahead to Phillips. Phillips leaves it off down low for Fleming. But it goes out of bounds. Turnover to the Blue Devils.
6-4, Gate City leads here with 4:46 to go in the first quarter. Gate City girls won earlier 47-40.
Will Humphreys into the lineup, wearing number 4, and Jesse McMurray has the basketball. Derek Smith also checks in. McMurray with it, gets it over to Smith. Smith now, Will Humphreys back to McMurray, swinging around. E-step, Mark E-step checks in also. So with it is Smith, drops it, picks it back up, needs help, tries to get it to Humphreys, ball stolen away. Stolen away by Moore. Now Fleming with it, calls out play 5, gets it over here to Phillips. Phillips puts it on the floor, drives around Smith, it's picked up by Humphreys. McMurray comes out there with a steal for the Blue Devils. McMurray, 1-on-3, takes it to the hole, shot up, missed it. McMurray had the rebound, that is E-step, his putback is good.
Well, underhand shot just rolled off by McMurray.
Quickly the other way, here's Fleming, he stops left of the lane, shot up in front, no good. McMurray with another rebound. Jesse has it, pushes it across the timeline, gets it over here to E-step. E-step drives all the way down, his shot up, no good, but he'll be fouled. Foul will be on Clintwood's Duran Moore, his first, team second. And that'll put Mark E-step at the line, shooting 2 for Gate City. They lead 8-4, 3:38 to go here in the first quarter.
Mark, a 5'10" junior.
Free throw up and good. Drew Scott checks in the lineup. Nate Clark back for McMurray. Hubbard checks out. So Blue Devils have Nate Clark, Derek Smith, Mark E-step, Drew Scott, Will Humphreys on the floor. Now E-step set for his second. It's on the way, and it is no good. Rebound fought for by Scott. He comes up with it, but I believe he's standing out of bounds. So it'll belong to Clintwood. Gate City leading 9-4, 3:36 to go here in the first quarter. Phillips across the timeline, right side with it. Looks to take Clark. That advantage quickness-wise should go to Clark. Phillips has it, tries to get it down low. Ball's kicked by the Blue Devils. It'll belong to Clintwood.
Off Will Humphreys' foot.
And certainly depth should be a factor in this game. We're going to have a timeout. Timeout on the floor. Gate City leads 9-4.
Well, we're back. Just one.
You're... Yeah, okay.
52 to go in the first quarter. Gate City leads here. Clintwood 9-4. If you ever come to a game, don't go to Clintwood High School.
No.
Take that to elementary school.
And a good facility. Played here for several years. So, Clintwood with it. This is Phillips. Phillips puts it on the floor, and there'll be a 5-second violation call against Phillips, so it'll be a turnover to the Blue Devils.
Their fourth.
The Blue Devils lead 9-4. Nearing 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Will Humphreys now with it for the Blue Devils. Back to Clark between the rings. Clark looks left side, gets it over to Scott. Thought about the three, puts it on the floor. Stops, kicks it back out to Clark. Clark tries to get it down low. It'll be tipped out of bounds by Clintwood. It'll belong to the Blue Devils. And Nate Clark will be the person to work it in. Clintwood zones the out of bounds. Humphreys gets it to Scott. Scott lobs it down low. Free step for the shot up good.
Now that's the pass. It's a little risky.
Yeah.
It was out above the free throw line through a left block.
The ball thrown away on the inbounds. Unforced turnover. It'll belong to Gate City. Yeah, I think Clintwood thought Drew was going to shoot the ball, and they just kind of started looking up, and he just lobbed it down there for E-step. Here's the inbounds pass to Smith, who gets it back to McMurray. He's checked in. Here's E-step, left side. Looks for McMurray cutting through, lobs it across. Derek Smith open for the three. Smith shot short. Fleming comes out there with it for Clintwood. Fleming with it across the timeline now. Has it left side. Picked up there by Scott. Gets it over to Fleming. His shot up. No good. Derek Smith with the rebound. Gets it over to Scott. Scott puts it on the floor. Stops back to Smith. Now between the rings, McMurray. Kick it left side. Step, and they'll be called for trapping.
Fourth turnover for Gate City. 2:08 to go. First quarter. 11-4 Blue Devils. No real height advantage for either team here.
No, the biggest advantage the Blue Devils have here is certainly the depth they have. Here's Clintwood with it. This is Sloan. Has it, gets it over here for the three. Fleming's three short. Stepping in the front was Humphreys, but coming out there with it is Moore. His runner off the glass, no good. Sloan pulls it down. He takes it straight back up. It's no good, but he'll be fouled. Foul on the Blue Devils, Derek Smith. Foul on Derek's his first. That'll be the team's third. Wes Sloan shooting two. 11-4 the score. Gate City leads, 1:50 to go here in the first quarter. In a cold Clintwood, Virginia. Free throw no good.
Yeah, well, it's got here at 6:30 or so. It was 18 outside.
And it's not going to get any warmer tonight. Sloan's second is good. He hits 1 out of 2. Cuts the Devils' lead to 6. It's 11-5.
And that breeze sure is refreshing when it's 18 degrees up here, too.
That is true. So the Blue Devils with it. McMurray has it. And that's Hubbard. Left side, Smith. Smith. Gets it over here to Kilgore now. Out front, McMurray. Right side, Hubbard. Hubbard puts it on the floor, drives down, drives to the layup, no good, but he's fouled. Good move there by Hubbard. Puts it on the floor, takes it strong to the bucket. .44 Sloan picks up the foul. His first, team's third. And the Blue Devils will have Will Hubbard at the free throw line. He'll be shooting two. Will's first is no good.
Off the back of the iron and back to him.
Nate Clark in for Derek Smith. Clark, McMurray, Luke Humphreys, Kilgore, and Hubbard, the starting five for the Blue Devils. Hubbard's second, way short. And it'll go out of bounds, and it'll belong to Clinton. 11-5 the score remains, and 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Sloan on the inbounds. Gets it over to Phillips. Phillips back to Moore. Now get it in the corner to Fleming. Fleming along the baseline, pulls up, little 12-footer, good. John Michael Fleming with his first points. Makes the score 11-7, Gate City. McMurray, Clark now swinging over here to Humphreys. Humphreys back to McMurray, now to Kilgore. Kilgore puts it on the floor, pulls up. His 12-footer is good. Thought about it.
Yeah, I wanted to come out.
Phillips for the Green Wave. Inside a minute to go first quarter. Devils by 6. Here's Moore. He takes Hubbard to the bucket. Shot up by Moore is good. Aaron Moore with his first field goal. The Devils lead cut to 4. Hubbard puts it on the floor. Gets it back to Clark. Open for the 3. Good. Just that little one step of penetration there by Hubbard. Set up Clark for the 3. And what have we got? We have
Hicks with a
contact has came out, and he'll have to replace that. He's better than I am. I could never do that without a mirror. And he's going to have to check out in the lineup. James Puckett will replace him. Oh, evidently Hicks was able to get that contact back in. So Clintwood with it. Here's Sloan. He has it swatted back in his face by Hubbard. So Clintwood with it again. Sloan looks, gets it into Hicks. Hicks back to Sloan, and it goes off of Logan Bateman, who stepped in. So again, Clintwood with it. 29, make that 28 seconds to go. First quarter. Fleming races past the timeline, gets it over to Phillips. Phillips picks up his dribble, gets it to Sloan, gets it back down low to Hicks. His shot up, good, no good.
Ran out.
Yeah, that's another bad break. I thought that was in for sure. So Hubbard for the Blue Devils with it, gets it to Nate Clark, over to Josh Kilgore. He'll launch a 3. Will it go? Yes, it will. Josh Kilgore for 3. That's the Blue Devils' 4th 3-pointer of the quarter. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that'll be the end of the first quarter with the score. The Gate City Blue Devils 19, the Clintwood Green Wave 9.
Back in a minute. On here, Clintwood. And the Blue Devils over the Green Wave 19-9. Gate City won the girls contest earlier, 47-40. To give the Lady Wave their first loss of the season.
The first district loss and their first loss, period. So the Blue Devils.
Hey, look who's checking in for Gate City.
Yeah, Zach Jones in. Devils lead by 10. Starting the second quarter, it'll be Clintwood's basketball. Phillips has it. He's guarded there by Bateman. Phillips picks up his dribble, gets it back to Fleming. Fleming now back to Phillips. Phillips needs help. Bateman all over. Gets it to Moore. Moore stops. Might have walked. Gets it back. Here's Hicks' shot. No good. Hicks gets it back. His put back. No good. Here's Moore. His put back is. So 4 or 5 tries, and Clintwood able to get the bucket. Josh Kilgore with it for Gate City. Now out between the rings, that's Will Humphreys. Now Nate Clark. In the corner, Jones. Kilgore cuts through, can't get it to him. Instead, back on top, Clark. Clark leaves it over here for Bateman. Gets it down low to Humphreys. Back to Clark. Thought about the 3. Instead, he penetrates, stops, pops, 8-footer good. Nate Clark with 5, and the Blue Devils lead by 10. 7 minutes to go here in the first half. This is Phillips with it for Clintwood. Has it between the rings. And he throws it away. Moore tried to run it down, couldn't do it. Kilgore checks out. Marquis stepping in for Gate City.
And Nick Mullins in for
that's the first.
Wayne Phillips for Clintwood.
First substitution of the night for Clintwood. So the Blue Devils have it leading by 10. This is E-Step with it. It's to Will Humphreys. Will, now Clark. Clintwood going, looks like 1-3-1 zone. Bateman has it, gets it down low to Jones. Kicks it back to Bateman. Bateman cross court to E-Step. He thought about the 3 and then tried to force it down low. Coming up with the garbage is Logan Bateman. This shot up, good.
Logan at the right place at the right time.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Tom Michael Fleming for Clintwood. Has it. Fleming drives the baseline. His runner, no good. Tipped around by Humphreys. Sloan has it. His put back, no good. Here's Hicks. His crash the board. Put back, good. 23-13 the score. Gate City leads by 10, 5:50 to go here in the first half. Bateman gets it over to Clark. Clark drives in, stops, pops, 14-footer, good.
Just a quick move of the lane and a jumper.
Yep.
Right on the money.
Devils by 12. Fleming guarded by Estep. Double stack each side. Here with it's Mullins. Here's runner up and no good. Rebound. Humphreys, Will Humphreys had a hand on it. He'll be pushed and fouled by Nick Mullins. His first, team's fourth. And for the Blue Devils, Will Hubbard, Chris Kilgore, Derek Smith, Jesse McMurray in. They'll join Nate Clark, who'll stay. Devils lead by 12, 25-13, 5:20 to go here in the first half. McMurray with it for Gate City against the 1-3-1 zone. Smith now. Clark has it tipped out of his hand and stolen away. Stolen away by Fleming. Fleming loses control of the ball. Here with it in backcourt's Moore. Moore gets it over to Sloan. Sloan rips a pass behind Mullins and it'll go out of bounds. And will belong to the Blue Devils.
A little bit more of a hurry than needed to be on that pass.
Another Clintwood turnover. Blue Devils with it. McMurray. Derek Smith has it right side. He's double teamed. Gets it to McMurray. McMurray stops, pops along the baseline, in out, no good. Smith fights for the rebound. Derek's foot back, no good, but he's fouled. 34, Hicks picks up his first. That's the team's fifth. The Blue Devils will have Derek Smith shooting two. First, no good. Free throw, no good again. Rebound Moore. Moore for Clintwood, gets it over to Fleming. Fleming left side Sloan. Guarded over there by Smith. It's Mullins. Tries to penetrate, can't, gets it back to Fleming. And has it, gets it to Moore, and it goes right to his hands out of bounds.
Ninth turnover by Clintwood.
We got a timeout on the floor. We'll be back to Clintwood in 30 seconds.
Gate City leads 29-13 here at Clintwood.
And the Devils have it. Joe Irvin's checked in the lineup for Gate City. Smith, Clark, in the corner McMurray. He'll shoot the three. Good. Jesse McMurray for three is his third.
Yeah, he's been hot.
And the Devils lead 28-13. Fleming picked up out on the floor by Hubbard. Fleming takes it down, shot up over Smith, good. Fleming with the bucket. 28-15 the score, inside 4 minutes to go first half. Clark for the Blue Devils gets it ahead to McMurray. McMurray lobs it over here to Smith, now to Clark. Looking for Irwin down low, can't get it to him. Gets it over here to Smith, skips it over to McMurray for the three, good. Jesse with 4 threes, he's made 4 out of 5. Mullins for Clintwood to Fleming. Now with it Sloan, thought about the three. Now that's Fleming. Fleming leaves it off for Sloan. Sloan can't get the baseline, he tries to get it down low to Moore. It's kicked out of bounds by the Blue Devils. It'll belong to the Wave. 3:18 to go, first half. 31-15 the score.
Yeah, Clintwood liking to drive the baseline.
Here's Fleming, open for the three. Shot, no good. Rebound, weak side Puckett. He spins. His put back, blocked away by Irwin. Coming out there with it is Irwin for the Blue Devils. Gets it ahead to McMurray. McMurray now, Gate City 3-on-2. Gets it over here, Smith. Now back to Clark. He'll shoot the three. Will it go? Yes. Gate City's only missed one, but I can remember maybe 2 threes. They shot well here in the first half. Drew Scott back in for the Blue Devils. He'll replace Nate Clark. 34-15 to score. 2:54 to go first half. Devils in top. And we've got a timeout. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back to Clintwood in 30 seconds.
2:54 to play in the first half here at Clintwood.
And it'll be the Wave with the basketball out of the timeout. Sloan. It's over to Mullins. Mullins across the timeline back to Sloan. Now Fleming. Here comes the defensive switch. Fleming almost loses control. Now Fleming takes it, gets it off down low for Puckett. His runner no good. Smith had a hand on it. Moore knocks it out of bounds. It'll belong to the Blue Devils.
Clintwood again trying to drive the baseline from the right side.
Of course, Clintwood defeated Gate City in the first round of the LPD tournament last season. Blue Devils with it was Scott. Scott right side now, Hubbard. Hubbard looks to Irvin instead, cross court to Smith. Smith puts it on the floor, stops, pops 15-footer, shot a little short. Sloan catches it, gets it over to Fleming. Fleming holds up 3 fingers as he comes across the timeline. Picks up his dribble, gets it over to Moore. Moore stops, had to walk. And did.
Goes up, comes down. Moore at the basketball.
Humphreys in for Hubbard.
10th turnover by Clintwood.
34-15 the score. Gate City leads. Inside 2 minutes to go first half. Smith has it, gets it over to Scott. Drew, circle, takes it off down low for Hubbard. Humphreys back out to Smith, who misses the 3. So back with it, Clintwood. Trailing by 19, will have it with Fleming. Gets it to Mullins. That's Moore with it, swinging around to Fleming. Stops, left the lane, his shot up good from about 14 feet. Fleming has 6, and it's the 34-17 Gate City lead, 1:15 to go first half. Smith over here with it, Scott. Scott drives down, his layup off the glass, good. Drew Scott takes it to the bucket.
Found an opening along the baseline.
Yeah, good strong move to the bucket. 36-17, 60 seconds to go first half. With it, Fleming for the Wave. Fleming drives all the way down. His little runner off the glass is good.
Yeah, moved around Scott, had an opening all the way to the bucket.
36-19, 40 seconds to go. Irwin for the Blue Devils with it. Gets it to Scott. It goes off of his hands into the hands of Moore. So Clintwood comes out there with it over to Fleming. Fleming front court, Moore. Gets it to Sloan. Sloan back to Moore. Moore to Puckett. Left of the lane. Puckett kicks it back out to Fleming. His 15-footer up. No good. Rebound Sloan. Sloan takes it straight up. No good. Rebound tip. Smith tipped again. Coming out there with it. Fleming. His putback is good.
Gate City can't get a rebound to speak of on that end.
8 seconds. 7 seconds. Blue Devils with it. This is McMurray. He'll stop and pop a 3. Go ahead. Well, is it a 3? We'll see. It's the end of the first half. I have the score, 39-21, Gate City leads. We'll be back for the halftime and stats and more after these messages.
Sponsors for tonight's game on GCTV are Darty Brothers Chevrolet, Delaware Terry Kilgore, Fairway Ford Volkswagen, Farm Bureau Insurance, Jackson Street Formals, Law Office of Jeff Hamilton, Mark's Hardware, Scott County Long Distance, State Line Graphics, and Weber City Drug. We'd like to thank all those sponsors for tonight's game.
Both teams on the court as we're set for the second half of play. Blue Devils with the basketball.
And the 38-21 lead. And this will be Nate Clark for Gate City. Now Clintwood's going back man-to-man. Here's Kilgore driving to the bucket for the shot. He's going to be fouled. And I didn't catch who that was on. I believe Fleming.
Man, they don't put that on the board here.
So the Blue Devils with it has Clark to McMurray. His 3, good.
From the right corner.
It's 5 threes tonight for McMurray. He has 17. 41-21 the score. McMurray with 17, Clark with 10 for the Blue Devils, Fleming with 10 for Clintwood. Here's the ball on the floor, and I have a held ball, I believe. No. I have a foul.
Sloan on the court, and
foul will be on Nate Clark, I believe.
Yeah, Nate on top of him trying to reach in.
It's his first, team's first here in the second half. Clintwood with it. Here is Fleming. Loses control of the ball. It goes out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by a Blue Devil.
Yeah, the double team denied that shot. Eventually does lose it out of bounds.
So Moore will have it. He'll throw it in. Does so to Fleming. Fleming has it center court. Now has it. He'll drive left to the baseline. Nobody picks him up. Hubbard does, but Hubbard fouls Fleming as he goes to put up the shot.
I heard that smack all the way up here.
Foul on Wills, his second. Team's second here in the second half. Michael Fleming will go to the line shooting 2 at 10 first half points. 10 of his team's 21. Fleming's free throw is good. Fleming's second. In, out, no good. Rebound, Luke Humphries. Luke gets it ahead to Clark. Kicks it over here to McMurray. He's open for the three. Will another one go? Nope. Left that one short.
Didn't follow his shot, did he?
Fleming with it. Moore now. Moore drives down. His runner from in front. Up off the glass, no good. Moore's put back is good. So during Moore with the bucket. And quickly the other way. Here's Josh Kilgore. Takes it to the bucket. Had to be thought undercut a little. No whistle. So Clintwood with it. Moore has it. Fleming now back to Moore. Moore forces one up. Fifth around, no good. It goes off of Luke Humphries out of bounds. It'll belong to Clintwood. 41-24 the score. Gate City lead. 6:31 to go here in the third quarter. Clintwood will have Moore to toss it in. Gets it to Phillips. Phillips circles left side. Picks up the dribble. Gets the lob down low to Fleming. His shot up. Blocked partially by Hubbard. Hubbard comes out there with it. Hubbard circles around and waits on everybody else. Hands it over to Clark. Nate drives all the way down. Leaves it off for McMurray. Stops. Hubbard, head of the key. Now left side. Nate Clark. It's his turn for the three. Will it go? No. Way short. Fleming catches it. Here goes Fleming the other way. Gets it over to Phillips. Phillips started by McMurray. Lobs it across court to Moore's runner in the lane. No good, but he'll be fouled. Foul will be on Luke Humphries. His first. Team's third.
Back on the other end when Nate Clark attempted the three, nobody even headed his way. They all turned to the bucket going for the rebound.
Yeah, they didn't have a man out there. Nate just left a little short. So Clintwood with it. Moore throws it in to Fleming to Phillips. Phillips has it, gets it down low to Hicks. His shot up off the glass, good. Travis Hicks with the bucket.
Will Humphries tried to draw the charge, not there.
McMurray gets it over to Hubbard. Hubbard puts it on the floor once, now back to McMurray. Tries to get it to Will Humphries, who's checked in. Bateman also, here's E-Step with it. Hubbard cuts through, can't get it to him. E-Step picks up his dribble, needs help, gets it over here to Hubbard. Hubbard cross-court pass to McMurray. McMurray, it may be held. He is
22.
Fleming picks up his second. So the Blue Devils have it in front of their own bench. It'll be Will Humphries to work it in.
5:23 to go in the third. 41-26 Gate City on top.
E-Step on the inbounds, hands it back to McMurray. Now back to E-Step. Hubbard cuts through, can't get it to him, so E-Step will drive. Shot up off the glass, missed everything. Rebound coming out there with it. Moore gets it head to Fleming, quickly in front court. Sloan, he'll launch a three shot way long. Weak side run down by Phillips. Gets it to Fleming. His shot up off the glass, no good. Bateman will be fouled.
Over the back is who?
I believe that's Fleming. Foul on Fleming, I have it as his third. 41-26, Devils lead by 15, 4:57 to go here in the third quarter. McMurray, Hubbard, Bateman, E-Step, and Will Humphries on the floor now for the Blue Devils. This is Bateman with it. Tosses in the corner to Hubbard. Back to McMurray. He'll launch the three. Shot good. And I don't know who that was, but like you said a minute ago, I mean, he just let McMurray catch the ball. Here's a steal in backcourt by Hubbard. Hubbard gets to McMurray. Here's another three. Shot, no good. Rebound Humphries. Humphreys back, no good, foul call. And I have no idea. The official flashed that pretty quick. They don't post it, so I guess it doesn't matter, really. Humphreys will shooting 2.
We're on the opposite side of the court where the officials signal to the
Free throw good.
scorer's table. And it's hard to pick up a quick signal.
So Humphreys picks up his first point. Hubbard checks out. Derek Smith in.
Now, I thought I saw one finger go up, so that could have been on Phillips' 31.
Humphreys' second free throw, no good. Rebound Moore. Moore gets it over to Sloan. Quickly in front court, this is Mullins. Mullins to Fleming. His 15-footer, no good, but he'll be fouled by Logan Bateman. Foul on Logan's his first. And that'll put Fleming, John Michael Fleming, at the line shooting 2. 45-26. Devils comfortably with the lead. 4:16 to go here in the third quarter. Fleming's free throw up and good.
Here comes Nate Clark.
And he'll probably replace McMurray, which he will. So Fleming's second on the way, and it's good. 45-28, that was late. Quickly in front court, this is Will Humphreys. Gets it out front to Smith. Bateman out on top, E-step. E-step, looks to penetrate, can't do it. Kicks it back to Bateman. Here's Clark. And he gets it back to Bateman, who will be fouled.
Yeah, Bateman driving into the lane and has his arm slapped.
That was on Fleming. I have that as his fourth. May or may not be right. Probably not. Nate Clark lobs it in here to Will Humphreys. Humphreys takes it up, no good. Rebound pulled out on Moore. Moore head to Fleming. Fleming across the timeline, brings it between the rings, now right corner with it. Mullins lobs it to Puckett. Puckett gets it back to Mullins. Mullins shot up off the glass foot.
From right underneath.
45-30. Devils lead. Here's Derek Smith. Back to Clark. Clark penetrates. Leaves it over for Smith. Open for the 3. Shot Derek. No good. Rebound. Bateman had a hand on it. Mullins comes out there with it. Mullins clears it to Fleming. Now in front court, this is Sloan. He shot up. It's got to be an offensive foul. Yeah. Offensive foul.
Nate Clark with a position.
No question. As Wes Sloan picks up the foul.
Of course, the bucket will not count.
Josh Kilgore checks back in the lineup for the Blue Devils. Smith over in the corner to Kilgore. Kilgore back to Clark. Clark gets it to Humphreys, who shoved and fouled.
By 35.
Moore. I have that as 2 on Moore. Hubbard in, E-step out for Gate City. And the Blue Devils will have Nate Clark left of his own bucket to work it in. Clark gets it in the corner to Smith. Now back to Hubbard. Nate Clark drives, stops, spots a little 8-footer good. Nate Clark with his first points in the second half, and the Devils lead 47-30. 3 minutes to go. Third quarter. Kilgore picks up Fleming in backcourt. Fleming climbs it to Moore. Stolen away by Clark, and he's grabbed and almost tackled. 35, Moore picks up the foul. So Nate Clark will have it to work it in.
Gate City girls won here earlier, 47-40.
Clintwood, their first loss of the season. So congratulations to the Lady Blue Devils. Great effort. Go on the road and pick up a big win. So we're going to have 1-1. That's the 17th foul. Nate Clark will be the man shooting for the Blue Devils.
That's going to really speed this game up.
Clark with 12 points. Gate City led in scoring by McMurray with 20. As Clark hits the free throw. First action of the night for Daniel Robinson for Clintwood. He replaces Wes Sloan. Free throw by Clark is good. And what do we have? Substitutions. McMurray for Clark. 49-30 the score. Devils lead, 2:44 to go here in the third quarter. Clintwood with it. Moore against full court pressure. Gets it into Fleming. Quickly now, Fleming rips a pass in front court to Robinson. The ball on the floor. Smith has it. Hands it over to Humphries. Humphries gets it over to McMurray. Quickly McMurray across the timeline between the rings. Right side Smith. Smith, he'll launch a three. Will it go?
Yeah, finally.
Derek Smith with three. And the Blue Devils 52-30 they lead. Moore drives all the way down. His runner from in front, no good. Smith with the rebound, tips it over to Hubbard. Hubbard in front court. Hubbard's going to take it all the way to the hole. Shot up, no good, but he's fouled. It'll either be Moore or Mullins. Moore picks up the foul. That's 4 on him. So the Blue Devils will have Will Hubbard shooting 2.
Up by 22. Now it's Travis Hicks set to check back in for Clintwood.
Hubbard's free throw good. He's Scott in for the Blue Devils, replacing Will Humphries.
Moore checks out for the Green Wave.
53-30. Second free throw, Hubbard, is good. So Hubbard hits 2 free throws. Bucket gets it in here to Hicks. Hands it back to Fleming. Fleming in front court. And Fleming steps out of bounds. So the Blue Devils leading by 24. 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
We'll show you the crowd size here. The half and half drawing was for $29.
Not a lot of people out here on a cold Tuesday night. McMurray has it. Gate City has not been cold shooting. Drew Scott's 3, no good. Tipped again, no good. Smith gets it, leaves it off for Scott at his feet. Coming out there with it, Mullins. Mullins for Clintwood, hands it back to Fleming. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. 54-30 the score, 1:35 to go in the third quarter. We'll be back after these messages.
It's here at Clintwood 54-30. And looks like for the Blue Devils, Irwin will check in. Join Scott, Hubbard, McMurray, and Josh Kilgore.
Robinson with the basketball on the inbounds, gets it into Fleming, and it'll be tipped out of his hands out of bounds. And the ball back to Clintwood with 1:28 to go in the third quarter. After tonight, the Blue Devils home on Friday and Saturday night. They're playing in Appalachian. Here's the lob inbounds to Puckett, and it goes off his hands out of bounds. So another turnover to the Blue Devils.
That's the 15th turnover by Clintwood.
McMurray for Gate City. Head of the key now, Hubbard. Kilgore puts it on the floor, takes it to the hole. Shot up off the glass, no good. Irwin fights for the rebound, gets it. His step back good. Joe Irwin with his first points of the night. Ball knocked out of bounds in back court. Now belong to Clintwood. Big City leading 56-30. 70 seconds to go, third quarter. Robinson looks, lobs it in here to Mullins. Mullins lobs it over to Fleming. Now Fleming drives all the way down to the bucket, missed it. Puckett fights for the rebound. His foot back is good. Puckett with his first points. 56-32. Get City with the lead and the basketball. Scott over to McMurray. McMurray stops 15-footer, no good. Irwin with the rebound. Strong back up, no good, but he's fouled. 34, that is Hicks. That's 2 on Hicks, and that'll be Joe Irwin for the Blue Devils. shooting 2. Irwin's free throw up and no good.
Joe, 6'3" senior.
Irwin's second. He's much better. It's 7:32, 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here's the ball stolen away. Kilgore gets it to Scott, tries to get it to Hubbard. It's tipped away, stolen back by Clintwood. Now Fleming has it in that court for Clintwood. He's guarded there by Hubbard. Fleming backs across the timeline, gets it right side Mullins. Here's a lob down low for Hicks. Shot up off the glass, missed it. Hicks' putback is no good again. Irwin fights for it. Puckett takes it away and puts it in. Puckett with the field goal. It's 7:34. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. Here's the Blue Devils. McMurray will launch a long 3. Good. He's been kind of on the warm side tonight. Here's a long shot from backcourt. As the third quarter comes to an end, and after 3 quarters here in Clintwood, it's the Blue Devils 60, the Clintwood Green Wave 34.
Gate City trying to sweep Clintwood here tonight. Gate City girls won earlier 47-40.
And Gate City will have the ball to start the fourth quarter.
Leading 60-34.
Bateman, Clark, Zach Jones, Will Humphreys, Mark Estep on the floor for Gate City. That's Estep with it. Gets it over here, that's Bateman. Down on top, Will Humphreys between the rings. Humphreys gets it to Clark. Lays it off down low. Zach Jones shot up, good, he's fouled. Zach Jones with the bucket. He'll go to the line trying to complete the 3-point play. The Blue Devils lead 62-34. Zach's free throw up and no good. Clintwood with it. Fleming, he'll be picked up now by Bateman. That is Sloan. Sloan lobs it to Fleming. His shot up good and he's fouled. Foul will be on Logan Bateman. Logan's second. Fleming trying to complete the 3-point play. Fleming has 15. His team's 36. Make it 16-37. Gate City quickly in front court. That's Bateman. Gets it over to Estep. Estep waits for everybody to clear. Gets it back to Clark. Back to Estep. Estep drives left the lane. 14-footer up and good.
Hit the front of the iron and fell through. Nice soft touch.
This is Glenn Phillips. Phillips for Clintwood. Gets it to Fleming. Lobs it down here for Hicks. Hicks over Jones. Shot no good. Rebound Humphreys for the Blue Devils. Humphreys gets it over to Clark. Clark rips it in front court quickly to Estep. Estep drives the baseline. Here's shot up and good from about 12 feet left of the bucket. Quickly Clintwood the other way. This is Glenn Phillips. His shot up no good. Rebound Estep. Gets it quickly ahead to Clark. Clark, he'll drive all the way down. Uncontested for the layup. Good. I don't think Clintwood wants to get in the track meet. Not right here. And here's a foul called on Nate Clark as he's going for the steal. Foul on Clark for his second. 68-37. 6:38 to go. Here in the fourth and final quarter. Clintwood. There's the ball. That's Glenn Phillips. That is Fleming. Drives down. Shot over Jones is good. But before the shot, a foul will be called on the Blue Devils. Logan Bateman picks up his third. And not in the bonus, so Clintwood with it. Sloan looks for the inbounds to Fleming. Fleming takes it to the bucket. His shot up and out, no good. Fleming fights hard for the rebound, put back, no good, but he's fouled.
7th rebound for John Fleming. Hicks has 6 for Clintwood. Moore was 7. As Clintwood out, rebounding Gate City, the only bright spot for them tonight.
Fleming misses the first of two.
But the Blue Devils up by 31.
McMurray, Irwin, Hubbard, Jones, Bateman in the lineup for the Blue Devils. There's John Michael Fleming. He's shooting his second. It's short. Tipped rims. Jones pulls it out there for the Blue Devils. Jones gets it over to McMurray. McMurray between the rings. Hubbard. Left side, that's Bateman. Looks for Jones posting down low. Instead, drives down low. Shot up, partially blocked away. Coming down there, Clintwood with it. That's Fleming. Fleming has it tipped out of bounds as he tries to get it over to Phillips. It'll belong to the Green Wave. 6:05 to go. 68-37. Gate City leads, and Clintwood will have Wes Sloan throw it in. Gets it in to Phillips. Phillips to Fleming. He'll shoot the three. Will it go? No, it's short. Rebound McMurray. McMurray for the Blue Devils. Races in front court. Drives to the baseline. Tries to get back to Hubbard. It goes out of bounds. Tipped out of bounds by Fleming. And it'll belong to the Blue Devils, and now that'll be where Will Hubbard will throw it in. Hubbard lobs it in to McMurray. McMurray now to Hubbard. Has it between the rings. Left side Bateman. Back to Hubbard. Hubbard might have walked and did. 68-37. Devils lead. 5:43 to go. We got a timeout. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back after these messages. No, the Blue Devils will. No, I'm thinking Clintwood might have it. There's Moore. Gets it into Fleming. Here comes the trap. Now this is Kelly Fleming who's checked in the lineup for Clintwood. Hicks gets it over to Moore. Moore back to Kelly Fleming. Fleming now. That's Sloan. Hicks tries to set the pick. Can't do it. Rips it over here. That's John Michael Fleming. His shot up from in front. No good. Hicks is put back. No good. Hicks over Irwin. Fights for it and comes up with it. And what do we have? We have an injured Blue Devil, and that would be Logan Bateman.
Scotty Vermillion quickly out there.
And we'll see how this works. It's 68-37. Blue Devils lead.
Bateman flat on his face.
Yeah, I think he probably had breath knocked out of him. At least I hope that's what it is. And more than likely.
Gate City leads here 68-37 with 5:14 to play. Gate City girls won earlier 47-40. 4 games at home Friday night for Gate City. They host Pound. It all begins at 5 o'clock. Then Appalachia Saturday night beginning at or afternoon at 4 o'clock. There's Logan is up to his feet. He might have turned an ankle.
I'm not exactly sure. So the Blue Devils will have the basketball. No, Clintwood will have the basketball.
I'm looking at Logan's right foot.
So Sloan lobs it into Kelly Fleming. Fleming gets it out here. Moore, his long three, shot no good. Rebound Irwin tips it over to Jones. Jones throws it out to McMurray. McMurray across the timeline, gets to Irwin. Irwin tips the pass over here to Luke Humphries. Luke backs it back out.